Hi everyone, I'm Jessica Gregory and I'm going to be reviewing my publication plan. In my publication plan, I'm going to be reviewing these main points. What can I publish about? The objective of my communication, my target audience, 3 potential venues, my target venue, as well as a timeline. So the first thing, what can I publish about? I have several things that I feel that I would be confident publishing about, but they are all interconnected with the same main ideas. So the first one being trauma-informed pedagogy, preferably within a middle school setting. Military-connected students, supporting military-connected students in the classrooms, supporting military-connected students in the school library, benefits of trauma-informed approaches, and creating programming directed towards military-connected students. So that can be within the library or just within the school itself. So some objectives that I would have within my publication would be professional development for teachers and librarians, understanding experiences of military-connected students, helping to determine the best practices to implement trauma-informed care, also understanding the current literature about trauma-informed approaches and what is missing. I think that with research that is coming out right now, we are going to see a lot of post-COVID research on students discussing trauma and how we can best deal with that in a school setting. So I think that it's really important that I stay up to date on that current literature. And lastly, understanding how military-connected students are defined in current literature and how this information can be applied to support within our schools. There has been a lot of studies about military-connected students. However, a lot of that research is based post 9/11 and really within the first few years after the invasion of Iraq and the war in Afghanistan. So there are certainly a lot of differences in military-connected students in 2003 versus in 2023. So I think that it's important to understand how those students are being defined and how they are being recognized in current literature. My target audiences would be, of course, school librarians, teachers, administrators, military families, and on-base children and youth services. I think that it's important to recognize military families within the target audience because there are a lot of concerns that military-connected students have that families might not necessarily be aware of. A lot of behaviors and a lot of academic struggles that we see with those students can be related to their parents' military connection. So I think that helping those families to understand some of the challenges that they face because they are military families can help those students to be successful overall in school. So some potential venues that I identified, the first one is school library research. They do research reports, conceptual essays, literature reviews, and proposal papers, traditionally 15 to 30 pages. And Dr. Dow did serve on the editorial board for school library research. The second one, the Journal of Education for Library and Information Science. They take research articles, reviews, and brief communications about education and pedagogy. It is educators and aspiring educators are the primary target audience. And they also accept short pieces of 3,000 words. So this may be ideal to bring my own personal concerns about the needs of military-connected students to an audience sooner rather than later. I also personally really enjoy In the Library with the Lead Pipe. They are an open access peer-reviewed journals. I like that they publish articles that represent a really wide range of topic as well as from a wide range of perspectives. So they have librarians, educators, support staff, as well as even community members. So there is just a really wide variety in the publications that you see there. And lastly, Knowledge Quest. It is a journal specifically geared towards school librarians. They focus a lot on a blend of practice and theory, and submissions for that are between 1,500 and 2,000 words long. Knowledge Quest is one that I always read their new issues whenever they come out, and I've always just really enjoyed that publication overall. Okay, for my target, I have been working on a manuscript that is geared towards the requirements for school library research. So right now, that manuscript is around 25 pages. So I will still continue to edit it. And I've just ran into a lot of challenges with that one, and I kind of feel that right now I'm at just a holding point where I'm just really not enjoying working on that piece right now. So I think that the Journal of Education for Library and Information Science might be an ideal publication for me to pursue right now, especially if I am giving myself a timeline. So this would mean restructuring possibly some of the work that I have already done to create a more of a brief communication that discusses concerns in the school library related to military connected students. Pursuing this method might be an opportunity for me to target some of the strongest pieces of my writing while I still work to develop other areas. Also within this, I would also like to really learn more about research poster presentation and then find opportunities to present in that way as well, because that's something that I'm not familiar with. So I would really like to look into those opportunities in the future. So for the timeline that I have given myself, May 30th to June 15th, literature review and prepare outline. From the other piece that I have been working on, I do have a pretty solid literature review that I could use kind of as a basis for moving forward on this. So I feel that that time frame is workable. I think if I was, of course, starting from scratch, that I would need a lot more time for creating a literature review of this caliber. Then June 15th to June 26th, I think that I can work on my first draft. Then I will take a break from June 27th to July 14th as I will be traveling in Europe. When I return July 15th to July 20th, I can revise, share with others, get feedback, and revise as well. Of course, I could and should share my draft earlier with others, so that would probably be more towards that June 26th timeframe when I share it and then work on revisions from others. July 21st through 25th, review any additional comments, revise one last time, and then hopefully have everything ready by July 26th to submit for review. So as of right now, that is kind of my loose publication plan. So hopefully that timeline will all work out. I think that this will be a good exercise for my summer break as far as making sure that I'm writing consistently, as well as learning what kind of pace I need whenever it comes to creating a publication and what kind of timelines that I can give myself in the future that will allow me to be successful and still overall enjoy the writing process. So, all right, thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. Thanks.